Welcome back, guys. Thanks for tuning in, man. Thanks for taking time to spend a little time with me, Steeler Nation. We got another quick update, another signing by the Pittsburgh Steelers today. A lot of shaking and moving going on today, man, particularly with some of these quarterbacks. Desmond Ridder, I think there's a rumor out there with Sam Howell being traded. Interesting stuff going on. Speaking of the AFC North, did y'all see Devin Bush? Devin Bush signs a one-year deal with the Cleveland Browns. Interesting stuff, man. Hey, shout outs to Devin Bush. I look forward to us running him over again. I'm sorry, Devin Bush had to say that, but, it is what it is. But let's talk about the Pittsburgh Steelers really quick, man. In case you don't know already, the Pittsburgh Steelers did address the safety position. They have signed DeShon Elliot to a 2-year deal worth $6 million. I do not know the structure at the moment, but I would imagine with it being $6 million and kind of watching the way Omar Khan wills and deals with the money, I'm sure it's going to be a very team-friendly deal. But shout outs, man, for getting that done. Listen, I like DeShon Elliot. I've always liked DeShon Elliot. Is he a superstar standout? Maybe not. Maybe that has not been his career, but I do like DeShon Elliot, man. I like his tenacity. I liked him coming out of college, and he's shown himself to be somebody who will stick his face in the fan and lay the lumber, if you will. I see there was a clip flying around today showing the tackle that he put on Derrick Henry, and everyone's talking about that. But again, if you've watched DeShon Elliott's career in the NFL, he's not afraid to hit. He is going to hit. I don't know. I can't really say per se what his cover skills are. Again, a lot of these guys, man, these guys coming out of college. If you watch football the way I watch football, you see some of these guys play on Sunday, but it's hard for me to dissect someone's ability that's on another team. I mean, I'm watching the Pittsburgh Steelers each and every week, each and every training camp, all of that. That's how I'm able to dissect the guys who are on the team. As far as around the league, I'm going to have to do my due diligence. All of these guys that we sign, I'm going to have to go take a look. I've been looking at some film already. Of course, Russell Wilson, of course, Patrick Queen. And I'll come back and give you guys that report maybe on next Tuesday for Terrible Towel Tuesday. We'll chop it up there. But if you understand what I'm saying, I don't have the, the full breakdown. Some people are probably wondering, oh, how is he? How good is he? I don't know that right now. I just know over the years from what I've seen from him, this dude definitely is not afraid to hit. He is a tackler. He brings, packs a punch. I don't know and can't speak to specifically his coverage ability, but I think it's a good look for the Steelers, man. Listen, we all know that the Steelers were looking and needing to get a strong safety, a bona fide starter that can start alongside Minkah Fitzpatrick to replace, whatever we were trying to do last year with Neal and KZ. So there you have it, guys. They are making moves. Listen, Omar Khan, man, continues to address areas of need. Of course, we'll still keep our eyes on what they do at the center position. Will they sign one of these low tier or low level centers and still look to draft a guy? I'm thinking they're definitely going to, draft one of those guys in the upcoming draft. We'll see. And then also wide receiver. Interesting to see how that market is going so far. Guys like Calvin Ridley getting the bag. Got a pretty decent bag for his age. And the Steelers weren't going to pay that because I know just on Tuesday, on Terrible Towel Tuesday, we were discussing, who could be the wide receiver that the Pittsburgh Steelers would go after. So, looking at guys like Calvin Ridley already going off of the board for significant money, I'm thinking the Steelers are going to probably sign one of the modest contract, like a decent contract, more on the lower level. Maybe grab one of those veterans, kind of similar to what they did with Allen Robinson. So look out for guys like, Tyler Boyd. We see that it's in the rumor mill as well. Rumor is that Tyler Boyd is looking to, come home. He's a Pittsburgh kid. I will welcome that. I will take a tough guy like Tyler Boyd. Tyler Boyd seemed to always, at some point in a Bengals game, to do something that stands out against the Steelers. So I wouldn't mind having him come back to Pittsburgh and play for the Steelers. And again, this is not a comparison, not a direct comparison to replacing Deontay Johnson. That's not going to happen. Like I said Tuesday, there's not a receiver available in free agency right now that's going to give you what Deontay Johnson gives you from an overall standpoint with talent. It's not going to happen. Expect the Steelers to go try to find the next, top-notch or highly skilled receiver in the draft to pair with a George Pickens. But again, I want to remind you guys, it all will come down to what type of receiver the Steelers are looking to have, what type of playmaker or what type of quote-unquote number one they're looking to have with Arthur Smith's scheme. All right, I'm not thinking along the lines of what we've normally seen from the Steelers, an AB and having a Juju Smith-Schuster or having a Martavis Bryant. No, I'm not looking at that type of dynamic receiver because I don't think Arthur Smith's offense calls for that. I think he's going to be more inclined to have that one or two big body guys running a lot of play action, getting guys in one-on-one situations, like he did with A.J. Brown in Tennessee. That's what I'm assuming could be the case. I don't know that to be true. I'm just saying it's very possible that maybe they're not needing, per se, Deontay Johnson's style of receiver. So we'll see what they do to replace that dynamic. Either way, they got to go get receivers. And I would very well expect them to get one in free agency, as well as draft another in the draft, and possibly draft two in the draft if free agency doesn't work out, because they definitely need receivers. And I'm not talking about just a backup piece. They need contributors at wide receiver with Deontay Johnson going out the door and now putting everything on the shoulders with George Pickens. So we shall see. But that's all I got, man, as far as this particular update. Again, Pittsburgh Steelers have signed safety DeShon Elliot to a 2-year deal. We'd love to hear you guys' comments. How do you feel about it? Do you like it? Do you love it? Do you hate it? And give me the reasons why. I'm going to challenge you guys to give me the reasons why you hate it or love it. And of course, I look forward to reading those comments. But outside of that, man, again, before you head out of here, do me a favor, 3 things. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications so you're fully aware when videos have been uploaded or I may be live streaming. All right, outside of that, man, thank y'all for tuning in. I shall catch you in the next one. Peace.